the session. I will try to wrap up it as fast as I can so that you guys understand uh, why it is important to have solid passwords and a different password for different sites. So I welcome you again, myself Rohit. I'm the founder of Codju Technologies, and I am devoting my life, have devoted my life in education for past 17 years. And through these initiatives, we try to spread the knowledge which we gather through our experience or through internet so that all of us can have better lives. Right. So starting with the question, I go to many schools. Many a times I have to ask the school management for the password of Wi-Fi. And to my surprise, many of times the password is most of the times is 1 to 8 or 8 to 0, or a very simple name like school's name @123. Very simple password. These passwords can be hacked by hackers under seconds. Most of us are habitual of having passwords like name @123 or something @123. These passwords are very, very easy to hack. And once one of your passwords is hacked, most of us have the habit of having the same passwords across various websites. So your email, your banking, your social media accounts, and your school IDs can be hacked. And once they are hacked, the hackers can practically steal so many things which we cannot even imagine, right? Let me give you an example of a person called Rohit. Let's say he uses the same password for every website. Let's say his password from a shopping website is hacked or the data was breached. Then the hacker will use the same password in at different places in their Gmail IDs or other email IDs. And once they get the control of their email, they can reset everything, right? This process is called credential stuffing, right? When you use same password everywhere, it is called credentials stuffing, and it's very dangerous because if one password gets hacked, practically all the passwords get hacked. All right. Now, how do actually hackers hack these passwords? So there are majorly three processes. One is by guessing, like name 123, name @123. A second is by brute force. Then they have a computer trained in putting the passwords again and again. The computer tries millions of combinations every minute, and by brute force, they can crack your password. Third is by phishing. They are going to send you some kind of link where you are going to click on the link. Then they will ask for the credentials. Once you fill those credentials, those credentials go to hackers, and then they can try the same password in other websites. Now, let me give you a real data. If your password is simple numbers, it is cracked under 1 second. If your password is number 123, it can be cracked in 3 seconds. If your password is number @123, it takes 5 minutes. If your password is number, capital letters, small letters, special characters, and little bit bigger, it takes 3 years by brute force. And if it is completely random, long, with almost a mixture of capital, small, special character, numbers, it can take centuries to crack by brute force, right? So basically, the length of the password and its complexity is the guarantee for safety. Every extra character which you add to your password will make it super strong. You can imagine like you have two kind of locks. One lock is of a plastic lock, second lock is a metal lock. Obviously, plastic lock is easy to crack, right? So hackers, they don't hack you. they hack these weak locks. So you have to make sure that your lock, that is your password, is super strong, right? I'll tell you some easy techniques to make passwords which are very strong, very easy techniques which you can easily remember. Most of the guys, including me also, some of the times, we take our name or date of birth or mobile number or pet or school name as the password. Then we suffix it with 1 2 3 4 or something like that. Many a times we do not mix the upper letter and lower letter. We do not use the special characters or symbols. Sometimes we do not use numbers. So to make a password strong, you have to keep it long. But the problem with a long password is it's very hard to remember, right? If my password is of 12 or 15 characters, it's very hard to remember. And many a times, uh, people think that how am I going to enter such a long password, right? That is one problem. That is the reason people go with simple small passwords, right? But small password, as I shown you, is easy to crack. So first thing is your password should be long. Then you have to mix things. You have to use special characters, uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and numbers, right? And always skip to use personal info, right? If your name is Rohit, then you can have a fictitious name which you can use in password so that you remember the name and the password. That name is not linked with you, right? All right. Uh, Now let me try to give you an example. How can you make a password strong? Suppose if you have four different phrases, let's say mango, tiger, sky, and river. You can put these phrases, use capital letter and small letters, let's say capital letter for each word, and then there are some special characters. This becomes a long password and it's very hard to crack. You know, now you have to think what kind of phrases can you remember, right? Another way is, let's say there is a sentence, I love cricket and play every Sunday. Let's say this is a sentence, I love cricket and play every Sunday. So what you can do is, you can take the first letter of each word. I, we have to take I, love, we have to take L, cricket, we have to take C, and A, play P. And let's say first letter and the last letter are capital, rest all are small. So the password looks like this. Then you can use some special characters. Instead of and, you can use the end which is above 7. Shift 7, you will get the special character end. And in this way, the password becomes a password of 13 letters and it will take centuries to crack by brute force, right? Like it is saying that it will take around 200 years. So this is one simple example. You think of a long sentence, the sentence which you will not forget. Then you can take the first letter. If there is an end in between, you can take end. And then at the rate, you can take year or something else so that it becomes easy to remember, right? This is one simple way to make very strong password, right? Then there are a couple of habits which can save your life online. One is a different password for every important account, right? Important account means your Gmail, your social media accounts like Meta, your YouTube. All these accounts are important accounts. You have to have a different password. But if there is an account which you randomly use, or you are going to a website, they're asking to log in, then that is a different thing. If that password you can like take a password which you do not use anywhere also. Second important thing is never share your password. We guys have a habit of sharing the password and with our friends. See, when the friend is good, everything is good. But suppose the things are not good between you, that password can be misused. Then there is a two-factor authentication in every account. in Gmail account, in your social media accounts also, there is a two-way authentication, that they are going to send a code or an OTP on your other device, phone number. So normally it is not always on. You have to go to your settings and on it. Once your two-factor is on, it becomes nearly impossible to hack your account, because then the hacker has to have both your phone as well as your computer or your Google account or whatever account he's hacking, both passwords, right? Also, do not casually save your password in browsers. Most of the case, when you log in your school also, they ask for, can I save the password? Always say that don't remember, right? Because then it is very easy that your password is going to be hacked, because it is saved in a computer where you don't even know. One more thing I would like to tell you, I have seen when we go for vacations, these days, almost all the hotels, good hotels, they have this Netflix or Prime or YouTube installed in their TVs. Many a times I have seen that the YouTube is working and account is somebody else's. But if the account is signed out and you have logged in that account, always remember to log out. Whenever you go to a PC, which is not your PC, always make sure that before you close the window, you have to sign out. This is very important habit. If you start using it, there is a less chance that your account is going to be hacked. Now, your password may already be on the internet. I'm showing you the data of number of passwords which were hacked in last 4 or 5 years. In LinkedIn, there were 700 million passwords hacked, Facebook 533 million, Yahoo 3 billion passwords, Aadhaar 1.1 billion Aadhaar IDs were leaked online because these hackers, they hacked the account or the database which was carrying all these passwords. How can I know that my password is hacked or not, right? So there is a website called Have I Been Pwned? I'll show you live example of that website. So this is the website. Let's say I'm putting my address, my own email. Let's say I have put in my own email. Let me see what it shows. So it is showing me this email I'm using since 2004. When I went to IIT, that time I made this email. So it's been many years now. So this email account has been breached 29 times, right? And these are the places where this email was breached. So that is one thing. You can also check whether your account is breached or not. I'll show you how can you prevent these things also. Okay. Moving ahead. Even if your account is hacked, so you need not to panic. A leaked password can be fixed very easily. I am going to do it today because today is International Password Day. So I will also spend some time in correcting the leaked passwords of my important accounts. So one thing which you have to do is you have to change the password, make it stronger. How to make it strong? I have already told you. Then you have to turn on the two-factor authentication, which I have switched on for almost all my accounts. And don't worry. Don't worry, because worrying is not going to help you in any case, right? If you think my account can be hacked, you have to act rather than worrying. All right. The problem is we have so many accounts. All the time when we are on internet, every single website asks for account. Now, how can I remember so many passwords? It's very hard to remember. For this same reason, there is a tool called Password Manager. Password Manager stores your passwords safely. You have to just remember one password, that is of Password Manager. It also generates strong passwords for you, which you don't have to remember because it is remembering on your behalf, and it autofills the logins when you sign in using that password manager. So basically one strong password or one master password for all your accounts. That is what we need to do. Now these password managers are not free normally. That is the reason they are not popular in India. Most of us, we go for things which are free, right? So good news is Google also gives us a free password manager. You can use that password manager, and with the help of that password manager, it even tells you what all passwords are compromised. I'll show you that also. Other than that, there is one password, LastPass. These are some password managers which give you free tier, but after a couple of days or some uses, they are going to ask you for money. So going to these paid password managers, I would suggest that you better start with Google Password Manager. I'll show you how it works so that you can start using that also. So Google Password Manager sits inside Google Chrome. So this is Google Chrome. You have to go on the right top. There are three dots. Just click on that, and there is a tab for passwords and autofill. You can see that Google Password Manager is here. Once I click it, I will be redirected to this screen. So it will show me all the passwords which I have stored inside my Google Password Manager, right? Then it also tells me how many passwords are compromised. It shows me these are the passwords which are compromised, and it tells me to change these passwords. So you can go and change these passwords. All right. So this is one very easy tool which you guys can use. I'm telling you again, you go to Google Chrome. There are three dots on the right top. Just click on those. You have passwords and autofill, Google Password Manager. It will do all the work without any charges, right? So this is what you have to do today for sure, that you have to have the Google Password Manager to take care of your passwords, and it will help you to also change the password which are leaked, right? Okay. All right. So you can set it up under 5 minutes. There are some password managers which are installable. You can do them, but I would rather say that rather than going for a password manager which takes money every month, you just first start with Google Password Manager, which is more than, I believe that is more than enough for most of us. All right. All right. So I'm basically coming towards the conclusion of today's session. Before we conclude, I would like to say one important thing, that you guys can earn a certificate. There is a link in the description. You can go there and take a test. That test is of, I think, 7, 8, 10 questions that will test your knowledge, what you gained in this workshop. And after that, it will automatically direct to the certificate. You can download that certificate also, right? So let me summarize the whole talk in 5 lines. One, the length and the complexity of the password will make it super strong. You have to have a different password for every account. Use passphrase. Passphrase is some different type of name, like Rohit Virat Dhoni @something, right? Check this website for seeing how many times your password has been leaked, and more importantly, use Google Password Manager, right? So basically, I believe that hackers are not smarter than us, but they wait for the weak passwords, right? So before we expose our passwords to them, we have to make it stronger, right? So 3 things we all have to do before we go to the bed. I'll also do myself. I'll change at least one weak password. I will check what all accounts have been leaked. and I will generate a new passphrase, right? So that was all from my side. Please check the description for the link of the test or the evaluation and the certificate. And again, thank you so much for the pain in the beginning. But as we say that technology is a boon also, and sometimes it can be very hard for us. So today was the little bit bad day because you guys have to wait. So thank you very much. And I request you to please subscribe. We are coming up with many special trainings and workshop during this summer. And I believe that we will keep on to have your continued support. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a safe password day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.